Hello, I'm Min Kobayashi, and I know that I haven't been as active in this community as I have in the past, and I kind of want to explain what's been going on, as well as talking about the books I've been reading, because I haven't made a lot of bookish content lately. I have not done wrap-ups for either January or February, or talked about the books I've been reading in March. Also, at the beginning of January, I made a bunch of goals that talked about my goals for reading and writing, as well as for my channel, and I kind of want to talk about where I am in regards to them now that we are a third into 2019, which is insane. Many of you know that I have health issues. It's something that I've talked about a lot, and I don't want to go all into it now because I just don't have time to explain it all. But in the beginning of January, I got news that my health issues weren't going to get better, that I have a chronic illness and I will be living the rest of my life with the amount of pain that I endure right now, which was definitely something that was hard-hitting, and you're not supposed to be in college and have to deal with pain for the rest of your life. And it's something that I've had to adjust to and come to terms with how my future and my dreams and aspirations are going to work while having a chronic illness. And it's also been a really rough season for me being in extreme pain. I haven't been able to walk or really be able to move a lot of the times. Literally a few hours ago I was crying because every part of my body ached so much. I was like, I just want to amputate everything. And I know it's weird for a lot of people because I look very healthy. I don't look like I am chronically ill. I don't look like I have a disability because of my health, but I do. And I want to thank so many people who have supported me and loved me and checked in on me throughout these last few months, and that has meant a lot to me. I actually have screenshotted so many of your messages, and when I'm in pain I will read them. I find that a lot of the time, like, being upright or just moving is too much for me. So I've been buried in the ability to try to finish my semester, try to finish my schooling as a whole, as well as just being able to get the energy to edit or even, you know, put makeup on and film is something that is a huge array. So, but I can't promise how much that's going to be in the next little bit. Booktube is definitely something that gives me a lot of joy. Something like Booktube is a good thing in my life right now because I often feel like I fail consistently and that I can't do the things that I want to do because my body is like a prison that restricts me from my aspirations and dreams. That Booktube mostly consists of me just sitting here and talking about something that I love, and normally receiving great feedback is a really encouraging thing for me, because when I feel like I can't do anything, I can do this, and it's like I'm actually capable. So I will definitely be continuing with this channel because it is a massive encouragement to me. I had many goals. I have not done all of them. I read 27 books out of my 110 books, which puts me a little bit ahead of schedule, which I'm happy for. And the first one was to read more biographies and do videos on authors, and this is something I'm still really passionate about. I just bought the journals of Lucy Maud Montgomery, and that is something that I'm trying to explore. I've written out and discussed my love for Lucy Maud Montgomery actually in my latest video, the Assumptions video. The second one was to try to get my own TBR under 50 books. People, this sounds super prideful. I've actually had a bunch of people give me books in the last few months, whether it is friends or actually people on Booktube, which has been amazing. I was like, oh my goodness. And I haven't done a lot of reading, so I'm not doing great at this. But I have read 3 of my own books out of 27. I wanted to read 7 children's books, and I've read 3 so far. I wanted to read 7 adult SFF, and I've read 1 so far, which is hugely behind. And I'm skipping the ones that I haven't done, and then especially classics. I haven't read any classics, which last year, and I would say a lot of the time it's primarily what I read, so surprising. Probably because mental space just hasn't been there. I have read 11 fantasy books out of 20, so doing great there. I've read 4 science fiction, 1 literary fiction. I've read 6 complete books of poems, which is incredible. I feel like I've been reading a ton of poetry and falling in love with poetry, and I might even do a whole video on that because the poetry that I've been reading has been fantastic. I actually had a goal of finishing 4 series, which I did, I think, in the month of January alone. I've been really great at reading series. I read the last 3 books in the Raven series. I read the last 2 books in Miss Peregrine. I finished The Rise of the Empress by Julie C. Dow and the Wild Card Warcross series. Those were both duologies, the second ones, but the other ones were trilogy and a quartet. I wanted to read more physical books, especially ones that are not poetry and graphic novels, because that's normally what I read physically. I have read 5 either poetry collections or graphic novels completely physical. There's many others that I've read in between, and I'm in part like 4 or 5 physical books that I've actually read quite a large amount of, like 500-page book. And I wanted to do more AuthorTube and writing videos, especially looking at the intersection between that, history, and mental health. I have one that I'm really excited about, and because my health is being delayed, I'm just going to say that all the time, but I'm really excited. I don't want to spoil it. It's going to be regarding counseling and psychology mixed with how you develop characters, and I am super psyched. I just kind of want to write it well, especially since I am doing psychology. I know it very well for myself and practicing and implementing it working with clients, but I haven't done it a lot just talking about it fictional people, so I know based on talking about other subtexts, sometimes people can be slightly judgy if you get like 1 word off on explanation of something official. So one of my things is I wanted to finish my work in progress, which is a novel that I've been in love with for so long, and I'm going to extend working really on it until after I am done school. I wanted to be writing 4 days a week. There are some weeks I write every single day, and there's some that I only write 2 or 3, but I think on average I do write about 4 times a week. I wanted to discuss more TV shows and movies on my channel, and I am going to be coming up with, hopefully very soon, kind of discussing quarterly my favorite ones and the ones, because I do have a few favorite new TV shows that I've been loving and a few that I was disappointed in. So I'm excited to do that video, and I wanted to be doing BookTube SFF. I don't think that with my health and my school, it's something that I'm going to be doing and completing. I have, I think, read at least 1 book from every single category, and probably in May and June I might kind of pick up a bunch of those books and read them, but because I have to read many of them physically or even auditory, I haven't read a single audiobook in over a month at this point, simply because brain and focus. And I actually have read 2 contemporary books, and there were 2 people of color contemporaries for Blackathon, which I was super excited. And yeah, that's kind of what has been going on so far. I'm currently in the midst of 20 books according to Goodreads, which I'm not even surprised about. At least out of those who comment, most of you are fellow booktubers that I adore watching your channel, and I realize I just haven't been watching BookTube as of late, so I would love to hear how you are doing, what books you've been reading. Even if you're not a booktuber, that's fine. I would still love to know those things about you, so please feel free to leave those in the comments, because I don't have focus to watch your videos and interact with you does not mean that I am not concerned with what's going on. So I would love to hear about what is going on in your lives, and have fun reading, writing, and creating this week and in the time that passes until you see me again.